Hello everyone, welcome to an Exjapter Wednesday video where I talk about practical tips and issues about living in Japan. Today's topic though is the one thing you must do if you're going to live in Japan. Now you might be thinking, that sounds like a clickbaity title, or what could possibly be that important that it's the one thing you really need to consider. But it really is something that can make your life more difficult if you don't do it. And that is, you need to choose your name. Now, you might be thinking, choose my name? I mean, I have my name, it's on my passport, it's on my birth certificate. What do you mean, decide or choose my name? What I mean by that is, in Japan, you're going to need to put your name on any number of documents when you first arrive here. To rent your apartment, to get a bank account, to set up your utility payments like electric, water, gas. You want to get a cell phone. All of these things, you're going to need to put your name on them. Well, what name should you use? I have to say, I'm not a legal expert, so this is not intended to be legal advice. I have to give you that disclaimer. You want to use what is officially your legal name in Japan, which will be your full name on your passport. Not just your first and last name, but any middle name, any suffixes like junior or the third. You have to have the whole thing there if you want it to be really legal. My understanding is your name on your passport is your legal name in Japan. And that is the name that's going to be used on your foreign registration card or your Gaikokujin Todoku Shoumeisho, or Gaijin card for short. It's the card that is your alien registration in Japan. And that name is your official name. So when you fill out a bank form, when you fill out a utilities bill form, you want to put that whole name onto that form. Why? Because if you don't, if you decide, oh, okay, I'll not use my middle name for this form, or I'm not going to bother with the extra suffix junior on my name or something, your forms are not going to line up. The gas company is going to try to take money from your bank account for your bill. They won't be able to, because the name on the account will be different than the name on the bank account. It's going to cause all kinds of headaches. You need to decide to use what I recommend, your whole name for every form that you fill out. The second part of this is, you need to decide your katakana name. Katakana is the Japanese syllabic alphabet that represents foreign loanwords. And your name is going to be a foreign loanword unless you're Japanese by descent. Or perhaps if you're Chinese or something, you might have kanji, Chinese characters that you can use. Otherwise though, you're going to have a katakana representation of the syllables in your name. And that also needs to be consistent. Most forms in Japan are going to have a spot for your name. For Japanese people, that would be the Chinese characters. And then there's a line above that that is for the katakana syllabary, because even Japanese people have rare readings for those characters, or some names are not well known, so having that katakana helps Japanese people know each other's names from reading it. So you need to decide the exact katakana representation you're going to use, and that also needs to be consistent. Imagine that you have a bank account and later on you fill out an investment account and your names differ slightly. What's going to happen when you're going to want to take the money out of that investment account and put it into your bank account and the names don't match? It's going to create headaches. You're going to have a lot of extra paperwork to do. So do yourself a favor, make your name consistent right from the beginning, right when you get to Japan. Some other issues that you might run into with your name is there are still some websites in Japan that will not accept Western alphabet names in their form. So there will be times when I'm typing in my Western alphabet name into the place where Chinese characters would go for Japanese people, and then I put my katakana version name where it's supposed to go, and the website won't accept the Western letters. So then I try katakana in both lines, and it won't accept that either. It wants characters. And so, well, guess what? That company just is not going to get my business because I can't complete the form. I don't have a Chinese character's name. The other place where you might have trouble is if you have a particularly long name. Some of the forms that you find in Japan are going to be with very small little boxes because most Chinese character names are only 4, maybe 5 characters long, and the katakana syllabic rendering of Japanese names might be 6 characters at most. And so if you have a particularly long name, you might be forced to write little tiny letters. I've gotten very good at writing my name very small because I have kind of a long name and I've had to deal with these tiny boxes trying to fit my name into it. So that's one issue, but it's a small thing. And the internet issue of sometimes it not accepting foreign names, that's less and less common now too. So hopefully that will go away entirely. But I can't stress enough, again, decide your name and be consistent with it when you first get to Japan on all of the forms that you do. I hope this advice saves you some headaches, saves you some paperwork, and I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a great time living in Japan. If you want more content like this, remember to like and subscribe to this video so you can see more practical advice from my periodic Wednesday videos. And if you're interested in more in-depth topics about what it's like to live as a foreigner in Japan, please look for my every Friday videos, which I put out every Friday, Japan time. So please look for those. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.